Well, school starts here in Austin in just 3 days from now, and kids will head back to the classroom under a city-imposed mask mandate. But at the same time, Governor Abbott's order remains in effect, banning such mandates. So who's right here and what happens next? Joining us now to talk about all of this is Eddy Carder, a constitutional law professor at Prairie View A&M University. Dr. Carder, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
So Governor Abbott is kind of really seeing his powers be challenged here by counties and cities, quite a few of them now, like Austin, that say they should have the authority to require masks in places like schools. Frame this issue for us. How did we get here?
Well, what happened was in June, Governor Abbott issued an executive order, number 38, which essentially banned mask mandates throughout the state. Now, what does that mean? That means that his executive order essentially supersedes any efforts of local authorities, health authorities, and educational authorities, authorities of that nature, requiring any kind of mask wearing with regard to the enhancement of public health. And so that has led to a major controversy between the authority of, or with regard to the authority of the governor versus local authorities.
And Austin became one of those local authorities. Austin ISD defying that order, approving a mask mandate on Tuesday for schools. That was essentially backed up by Mayor Adler and the Travis County judge. So with school about to start, what would you say to parents about how enforceable these mask mandates are, at least as of right now?
Well, the first thing I would say is it's obvious that parents are really concerned about this matter, because whenever the city of Austin or the Austin ISD determined that it was going to establish a mask mandate, the numbers diminished for virtual learning and increased in the actual classroom, which is really an affirmation of the local authorities' right to or desire to impose a mask mandate and a rejection of the governor's executive order. As it stands currently, I would also communicate that mask mandate, for example, in Austin, with regard to the education system, it stands. However, the contingency there is this entire matter is now going before the Texas Supreme Court. As of, I believe it was last night, our Attorney General asked for the Supreme Court to become involved in this process, and we expect a very expeditious ruling or determination regarding this. Will it happen prior to the beginning of school? Perhaps, and if so, there's the possibility that the governor's executive order could be enforced and the mask mandate throughout the state could fall by the wayside.
And just to clarify, how did we get to this being a matter of the Supreme Court? What happened this week as far as court rulings across the state of Texas didn't include Austin. Austin's not caught up in this litigation, but it could have implications, right?
Right, exactly. Throughout, once this executive order was made, became obvious, and then also as the school year approaches, many protests and many efforts to defy the executive order began to emerge from local authorities, saying that the governor had no right to, or had no authority, I should say, in order to impose this no mask mandate. And so as a result of that, we immediately made our way to the legal context. Dallas County and Harris County and other systems in the state, school systems in the state and local authorities in the state began taking action regarding mask mandates. And a temporary restraining order was put in place. A hearing regarding that order is going to be held on the 24th, but because things have gone in the direction of the mask mandates by the local districts, the AG has now asked for the Supreme Court to intervene. So it's through the law and legal process. That's kind of has put us where we are currently.
All right, Dr. Eddy Carder from Prairie View A&M. Dr. Carder, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.